Well, hello again, everybody. Good evening, and welcome back to Maximus the Fourth. Today, I'm going to be taking a very honest look at Pepsi Vanilla Real Sugar. In this video, I will be opening up this Pepsi Vanilla Real Sugar and giving you guys a taste test, letting you know exactly what I think about it. But before we get into that part of the video, I'm going to walk you guys through the complete history of Pepsi Vanilla, and you wouldn't believe how much there is to know. So let's get into it. Pepsi Vanilla Real Sugar was first produced in 2014, where it had a 4-year run and lasted all the way up until 2018. The actual Pepsi Vanilla had originally been released in 2003. And this can is from 2004. And there was also a diet version of the Pepsi Vanilla, and this one's from 2006. The original run of Pepsi Vanilla lasted all the way until 2008. And then in 2010, there was a variation of Pepsi Vanilla that had come out that was called Pepsi Cherry Vanilla. It was then discontinued, and then it came back in 2015 for the holiday seasons only, but then was discontinued once again. It then came back for Valentine's Day in 2016, and this time it stayed on the market until 2019, and then it just kind of slowly dwindled away. And then going back just a couple years, this is when Pepsi Vanilla Real Sugar had come out from 2014 to 2018. Once Pepsi Vanilla was discontinued in 2008, 11 years later in 2019, the actual legit stuff finally came back after an 11-year layoff. And then in 2020, there was an aluminum shortage. So Pepsi Vanilla was still out there, but PepsiCo had to take some of their side products, in which Pepsi Vanilla was one of them, and they had to cut back on how much they were producing so they wouldn't kill off their sodas like Pepsi and other products that were on the mainstream. And it had appeared that Pepsi Vanilla was still being seen here and there all the way until late 2022. My buddy DJ Glowing Ice actually did some digging. He called PepsiCo directly to ask them if they still had Pepsi Vanilla, and it didn't look like there were any signs. And then he was actually searching online, probably eBay, stores like Amazon, and noticed that they were completely cleared out. There was no more Pepsi Vanilla that he could see. He even went as far as checking to see if there were any posts on Reddit about Pepsi Vanilla. So it had pretty much appeared to be that Pepsi Vanilla was completely dead in the water by late 2022. I, however, had found 18 bottles, 16 bottles at the very end of 2022 myself, so I think I found them just as they were getting ready to get discontinued. And then, about 6 months later, and 6 months ago, I actually had a fan of mine that left a comment on a Pepsi Vanilla video that I did a review on, and he actually told me that Shamrock Films is the name of the fan, told me that Pepsi Vanilla is actually making a big push on the Upper East Coast part, and he had just driven through New Jersey and saw Pepsi Vanilla everywhere. I then made a report to my buddy DJ Glowing Ice, letting him know that Pepsi Vanilla still indeed does exist. And he was very, very happy to hear that. So what I did is I went on eBay and I would check periodically to see if there was anybody that was selling Pepsi Vanilla. And after a couple weeks went by, maybe 1 or 2 months, I indeed saw a seller on eBay that was trying to sell Pepsi Vanilla. So I messaged him directly asking him where he was from, and he said, New Jersey. Now, as of right now, in December, mid-December of 2023, it appears to be that the only state that even has Pepsi Vanilla is New Jersey. Now, the aluminum shortage has pretty much blown over and is done and over with, so that shouldn't be a problem, right? you would think that PepsiCo would start to produce more Pepsi Vanilla, but they haven't. And there's a very strong possibility that the reason why they might not have done that is because in early 2022 there was a new flavor called Nitro Pepsi Vanilla that was released, and along with normal Nitro Pepsi, um, they have had a lot of success and they are now on the mainstream. So because of the success of Pepsi's Nitro Pepsi Vanilla, to produce Pepsi Vanilla all over the place could prove to be a very huge potential threat to its own product. But that is just a theory, and we don't know if that's exactly true. But what I can tell you is that Nitro Pepsi is actually the unappointed universal Pepsi Vanilla of today that we can all find in the nation. And I have actually done a video where I did a taste test of both of these side by side. And after further review, I was able to confirm that a Nitro Pepsi Vanilla actually tastes 80% of what an original Pepsi Vanilla actually is. And out of all Pepsi Vanilla flavors, even the variation of Pepsi Cherry Vanilla, it appears to be that a Pepsi-Cola real sugar vanilla is the rarest out of all of them. Now that I've given you guys the complete history of Pepsi Vanilla, let's open up this bad boy and see what we're working with here. Oh man. Oh my gosh. It's bringing me right back. What does this Pepsi Vanilla right here smell like? Mmm, so good. How's it taste? Still got fizz in there. All right. This is the first time I've ever tried a Pepsi real sugar vanilla, and I am so excited. Oh, yeah. Man, that is good. Oh, oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, man. Oh, Pepsi vanilla is so fresh. It's just unbelievably tasting. Now, accordingly to my memory, and even just smelling this bottle of what's left over, I think that original Pepsi vanilla with high fructose corn syrup does taste slightly different than the real sugar variant. But I think that legit regular Pepsi vanilla is a 10 out of 10. It is a fantastic drink. And even though this real sugar Pepsi vanilla tastes a little bit different, it still gets a 10 out of 10. It is an amazing drink. Really, really good. Oh, man. If you guys only knew what this tastes like. I am just really glad that they still have Nitro Pepsi Vanilla because if it weren't for this flavor, none of us would be able to get our hands on Pepsi Vanilla at all. Oh, but man, nothing beats a Pepsi Vanilla, a regular one, or even one with real sugar. They taste a little bit different, but they're just as good. Man, just imagine the best can of Pepsi you've ever had in your life and just adding in the best tasting frozen yogurt ice cream that you've ever had in your life. We're not talking about the icy ice cream that just kind of gets gritty in your teeth. We're talking about the smooth frozen yogurt ice cream. That is literally what you're experiencing when you're drinking a Pepsi Vanilla. It is so good. Unbelievably good. So at the end of the day, Pepsi Vanilla Real Sugar gets a perfect score of 10 out of 10. Absolutely phenomenal. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you share this video with a buddy. And if you thoroughly enjoyed the video, if you would please be kind enough, don't forget to leave a comment down below to help boost the algorithm. Also, make sure you check out my Pepsi-Cola Hot Chocolate official review. It is a very rare soda and it did very well when I first dropped the video, but I still haven't quite hit that 1,000 view threshold. So I will make sure to leave the link of that video down in the description of this video. And I am Maximus the Fourth, signing out. See you guys next time.